We are not going to accept for one tribe to think that they have a birthright to be at State House. Wanapoingia State House, tunawapatia amani, hata kama hawawezi, sisi tunawapatia amani, wanamaliza muhula wao. Lakini kabila ingine ikiingia pale, kazi yao ni kuchokora.
Honorable Wanyama, you are the kind of leaders that this country should never have.
Yes, the statements of the MP for Webuye in Western show that a lot of people in Kenya, most especially the leaders, feel bad that the mountain has always produced presidents ever since independence. And they have also produced presidents in the Kalenjins, because the mountain has a say in who becomes president. So the statements which were made by the MP for Webuye, I think is called Wanyama, that the mountain must be isolated, are unfortunate. And they are going to have a lot of effect, even with leaders who come from the mountain, yet they support William Ruto. In 2027, we are going to see even Kimani Ichung'wah going home, because these statements are made when even Kimani Ichung'wah is around, and he does not come out to refute them. And it seems that even William Ruto is working on isolating Mountain Kenya, because he knows that the only people who will take him home are the candidates who come from the Mountain Kenya. So in this episode, I've come to talk about the statements which are made by the Webuye Member of Parliament Wanyama, what they can have as an effect in the political discourse of Kenya, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to mention that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. First of all, even if you don't like the mountain, it is very true that when they support you, you have 50% of attaining presidency. This has been exposed since independence. In fact, the mountain solely made William Ruto president. That's the fact. Secondly, even William Ruto knows that if the mountain is not isolated, it will take him home. That's why he has made almost 10 rallies, and he has not visited Mount Kenya ever since he impeached Rigathi Gachagua. He made them in Rift Valley, and I think others, 70% of them, he is making them in Western. He's trying to wrestle the Western away from Raila Amolo Odinga. That's the fact. So William Ruto has a plan of isolating Mountain Kenya, so that other communities see as if Mountain Kenya is taking everything, even appointing the two cabinet secretaries from the mountain. It is a scheme of isolating it so that he can show other people that the mountain is taking everything. It's using reverse psychology. Because every member sometimes who stands out to speaks against Mountain Kenya. And it is a proper choreography. William Ruto is looking for a region that he can replace the Mountain Kenya vote. That's why he's visiting Western. Even the leader for 2022 generation, he did 90% of the rallies in the mountain. So he's replicating the same. And I think it's time for even Rigathi Gachagua to wake up, move from Omnyororo, and start wrestling for the Western vote, because it seems that it's a vote to determine who's going to be the president. Before I proceed, I want to play a tape when the Wanyama, the MP for Webuye, was talking about this. Here is the tape.
We are not going to accept for one tribe to think that they have a birthright to be at State House. Wanapoingia State House, tunawapatia amani, hata kama hawawezi, sisi tunawapatia amani, wanamaliza muhula wao. Lakini kabila ingine ikiingia pale, kazi yao ni kuchokora. Hata kama mambo yanaenda sawa, kwa sababu wao ndio waliharibu, wanaleta uchochezi. Na tutakubali ati baada sasa ya William, ati sasa tena hiyo mlima imeteleza na itateleza milele. Ile Musalia Mudavadi amefanya ndio itakuwa kiboko ya hii watu. Sisi wote tukiungana mahali pamoja, na waambia, we will isolate them. It will be us against them. Na mimi sina woga kusema hiyo, kwa sababu enough is enough.
That is Wabuya. So, such statements which are made in front of the president, a president who was elected by 50% from the mountain Kenya, it must cause a lot of alarm. Remember, the same statements were said when William Ruto ran for president. They said that the president has always come from two communities, Kikuyus and Kalenjins. And this angered the Mount Kenya people to support more William Ruto. And this is the same narrative that is being brought about, that the mountain has always present, so that they can lock out a person from the mountain. But they cannot, because the mountain is like a beautiful woman, is liked everywhere. Okay? So, it is a scheme by William Ruto to isolate the mountain. In fact, even leaders who supported the impeachment are realizing this, like the MP for Nyeri town. He came out to say that Ruto is doing bad. And I think he's waking up. These MPs are stupid. They played on their mind to sign the impeachment motion against Rigathi Gachagua. That's why I keep on telling people that every person who supports the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua is going home, however big he is. Now he's coming out to backtrack. In fact, he came out to say these statements.
Honorable Wanyama, you are the kind of leaders that this country should never have. The politics of setting one community against others, or certain communities against one community, is retrogressive. That is the kind of thinking and the kind of utterances that led to the extermination of people in Germany by the Nazis. This is the kind of talk of us against them that ignited the genocide in Rwanda. Honorable Wanyama, you should be ashamed to be a member of parliament in this country.
That is the MP for Nyeri town. Okay, so you clearly see that, stupid as he is now waking up, is salvaging himself. Let me hope it's not too late that people forgive him. He signed the impeachment motion. These are the fruits of signing the impeachment motion. You must ask ourselves, William Ruto was a beneficiary of the mountain being tribal and voted for him. If William Ruto comes out to say that Rigathi Gachagua is tribal, Rigathi Gachagua voted for William Ruto knowing very well that he's not from Kikuyu community, then there's a problem fielding a Kikuyu candidate. That's the hypocrisy of the highest order, and it's being perpetuated by none other than the president. So every leader from the mountain who voted for the impeachment motion, he will be going home. And remember, whenever the voters from the Mount Kenya hear such voices, what do you think they think about? Okay? And William Ruto is setting them, the MP from Mathira, the immediate MP after Rigathi Gachagua, okay, was set up by William Ruto. He came out to say that he can replace the Mount Kenya vote. That they took Rigathi Gachagua home. In fact, he said these statements. So you clearly see that even Ruto is setting them up so that he can divide the mountain. And I keep on telling people that the day the courts will throw out the impeachment motion is the day William Ruto is going to go home. And take that for future reference. Of course, that's my opinion. Do make comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.